YouTube viewers, today we have a client coming in. He wants a haircut. So what we're going to do, we're trying to talk to him to find out what we're going to do with him today. So I told him to bring me some pictures because I'm more visual. So some of his pictures he's been showing me kind of all kinds of stuff. So we got a lot of pictures to choose from. So we're going to try to take this hair and we're going to leave the top full. We're going to take the sides down. We're going to taper it in the back. We're going to actually get rid of a lot of this curl back here because it's too much for him, and kind of make it look more manicured and more clean. Okay? So keep following along as we go. So what I'm going to do is, like, I like to cut dry most of the time, but I'm wetting his hair down. If you notice, it's getting like super duper curly. So what do we got here? We haven't decided what we're going to do with this yet. Right now we're just going to try to clip some of that away. So let me switch positions here and go from this side over here, and you can see. So, all right, so my little camera guy is working with me today. You guys have to do this on my own. So look at this. This is curling right up. This is from the water. So I'm going to just take and cut this. If I just lay this down like that, and I'm going to cut it in a slight angle because it's going to actually give me some definition there to take that out. So that's going to actually be my guide now, because I'm going to take that and when we go like that, see it actually lay down a little bit. So now we're going to take this and we're going to follow along with the next guide, which was that way. And we're still going to angle a little bit forward. Notice how that's smooth, coming closer. And you can notice how that's smooth right there. I'm just pulling it forward just gently. And I'm just going to start from my tiniest peak and work up and then take off any extra hair. So we can clean that up in there right pretty good. Okay.
Feel like a new man already.
Oh, good. So if you notice, it's starting to lay down some. So that's what he's looking for. He wants it to lay down some. Because it's kind of curly. It's kind of out of the way. So we want to get this under control. And so what we're going to do is we're going to keep taking little slices here. And we're going to lean it forward again. And you see that hair there? And if you look closely underneath there, there's a little guide. So if you follow your guide right there, not cut off the ear, and get that out of there. And then you can pick this piece up and cut that. So we're going to keep doing it like that. So actually, we're liking the way this looks so far. So we're just going to wet him down with some water, because we see water kind of gives us some idea where we're going. So we're going to make another slice here. And we're going to still bring this a little forward. And this time you don't have to go as far forward. You're just going just gently forward. And you're going to tilt your hand from your neck, from the base of the head out. And you're going to just cut that hair and follow your same guide that you have. Because you have that guide. It's already there. You just got to follow it. Stay right on that. All right. And then just keep combing it to see if it's falling in place like you like it. Okay, so we're going to do that again. And then eventually we're going to switch and do the other side, because then we're going to make that side meet this side in the middle. So now, see how the hair curls right up? So now we're going to do it this way. We're still gently pulling forward, and then we're tilting a little bit. So we're giving a little bit of a wedge here. And then we just cut. And so, all right, so now we're going to start working here, but we're going to start from the other side right now. So what we're going to do with him, we cut both sides already down short. So because the back, maybe tilt down a little bit, the back is like mega long. So usually I like to just whack this right off if I could and get some of that out of there. But it's so curly, it just keeps curling up. So we're going to make it blend, because we don't want it looking like a helmet and him walk around looking like he got this little helmet on the back of his head. Look how these little curls are. There's like a whole little curly family back there. So we're still cutting in that angle. So now what we're doing is we're taking his hair on the sides and we're just cutting it right out of there. And we're getting that. Take everything out. And keep combing as you go along to see where you want to be. So this a little too heavy right there. So we're going to go back and take this out. You can tell. Sometimes if you've never really cut hair before, curly hair is one of the easiest hairs to cut, I think, because you can almost let it fall in any way you want it to fall. It'll fall right nice for you. Some of my guys are really curly hair, and they're like, give me a haircut. And that's all we do. Cut it, and bam, that's all they got. So what I'm doing here is I'm actually taking this and keeping it on that angle. as I'm going toward the back. And watch some of this change. I'm going to cut it on an angle. And notice my fingers are laying flat to his head. So, and I'm taking little tiny chips of hair out of there. And I'm working up my ladder until I get to the top of that other piece where I'm going to meet. Notice that? This is stuff you guys can do at home. You can cut your hair and cut your hubby's hair or somebody's hair. You can do it all at home like this. And notice that. So look at that. It's changing already. So see how that's starting to lay down smooth? Here's like a wave pattern. So if you're having a tough time with that, you can always start from the bottom. And there's several ways you can do it. So let me position myself and show you what I can do. If you notice, I'm picking up that hair again. And my fingers are laying on the base of his head. I didn't lift my hands up at all. But my fingers at the top are moving, so the ones at the bottom stay put. So now you cut and make that work. So, and you're still cutting close. And then you can always fix stuff later in the bottom there. Let's see how that's starting to lay down. It gets rid of all that bulk in there. Okay? So we're going to continue this right on around. Right across that bottom. And then to take that bottom, I'm going to show you how we're going to blend it in with the top of the hair. So let me go there and show you that one. And okay, so now we're still cutting in that angle. And we're going like that. And then you comb down and make sure things are falling in place. So like look at that. So now we see our little guy right there. We got a guide. You want baby, this all come together. And we continue right on up. And there you go. And then look at there. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue cutting this out. And I'll be back to show you how it's coming along. So I wanted to show you guys what happens when you get to the top. You want to blend this in a little. I mean, sometimes people say leave it like it is, but I say blend it in because you want those pieces to come together. So you just pick them up and see what blends and what doesn't. So you just keep pulling them together and follow your guide right across the top there. And you don't have to take away a lot because what was the style we're trying to give him is kind of full. We're just putting it together from pictures, coming together with ideas as we're going along. So, and look at there, a whole different look already. I got him a whole different look already. So now we're going to play with this a little longer because he doesn't like all this curl. So if you guys should think that what I'm getting ready to do to him is feasible, you'll have to let me know in the comment box down the bottom. But we may put a softener on his hair just to soften some of these curls out some, just to give him a little bit of less texture. YouTube viewers, this client here has not decided. They want to put something in their hair that should control these beautiful waves and curls. I personally feel like they have a natural look. So in the comment box down below, let me know. So in his next appointment, we can discuss that. And then we will show you guys what we decided on. But at this point in time, I think he has a great, nice head of hair. Don't you think? Nice set of waves. Let me show you the entire back in a second. Hang on there. This client, everyone, he does not decide what he wants. He wants to get rid of all these beautiful curls. And I don't want him to get rid of those curls. If you notice, he has a lot of curls. Look on the top of his head there. All this beautiful wave pattern. Look at all back here, nice and wave. He wants to take it out. So, anybody got a suggestion on what I should do with him? What would you do if it was your client? Would you soften that hair with a product, a chemical? Or do you let the waves go natural? Anybody got any ideas? In the comment box, please make a comment. Tell me what you think. In the meantime, I'm going to use products on him that's going to smooth his hair down enough to hopefully it'll get him where he wants to be satisfied. He's afraid of going in the rain and getting a head full of curly hair again. So we'll try to get him finished up, and what we decided to do right now is just to use a little straightener right here, just so you can get an idea of what it's going to look like, but not the rest. So still, I want your guys' opinion, an idea on what you think there. So we're just going to put something right here to control some of these little curls here, because he's insisting that he's going to have that. So if you've got insistent customers like this, sometimes you might have to lock them up. So in the meantime, we will do this back here and give him an idea. We'll see if his hair can tolerate this. And I still want you guys' opinion on what you think. Should I have done this? Should I have not done this? Should he try it or should he just leave his hair alone? But whatever you decide, we're going to come back with some kind of answer. And all I'm doing, if you notice with the brush, I'm just smoothing it right out. I'm not doing nothing more. I'm just going right here because in this area, it could get away with a little smoothing right there. So we're going to work it right there. We'll keep working it and smooth it right out. See how it's starting to smooth out already? So that's all we're going to do. Using the brush. Nothing more. Just a brush, a little bit of hair straightener. You probably want to know what I'm using. I'm using what you call Hawaiian Silky. Just put a little bit back there to control this. Just back here, just on the bottom. A lot of times guys get that cut real short and when it does look nice when it's short. Okay. Enjoying this shampoo, aren't ya? Aren't ya?
Does it show? Trying to be very manly about this.
What I did was I shampooed his hair really good after I gave that little bit of softener back there. And I'm putting on some gel right now and a little bit of moisturizers in his hair to actually control some of his curl around about. Which I think he can pretty much get away with this. I think just did the back just to give him an idea what it's going to be like. What it could be like for him. So we're going to get him set up and if you got any kind of gel at home, you can use pretty much any kind of nice good gel that'll control the hair. And you want to make sure that this goes in there. So what I'm going to do is finish cleaning him up with the scissor here and the razor. I'm going to actually take the clipper and finish his hair out. So if you're doing this at home, just see how nice his hair falls in place. Let me set my camera for you to get a better view. So what I did was I wet him down, put some gel, and then you comb that gel and just push that a little forward. It gives him a nice wave. And then you can kind of just bump that a little bit and that'll give him a nice wave in there. So, of course, he's worried about how it's going to look tomorrow. Well, I'm suggesting he wet it down and do the same thing I just did. Okay, it's for an event tomorrow evening, so he wants to have it looking nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get ready to clipper this side out and show you guys the finish. I have to clean up his hair around the edges for most right around here, so if you guys you follow that, just be careful because you don't want to nip off the ears. So, and you don't want this to bump up. So you want to make sure it can comb. See how it laid right back down? So you want to make sure that does that. And then we got all this extra hair right here around the ear here. I just want to clean all that out. And get it out just like that. Let's see. It's already a head start, so before you get your clipper in there. And same thing on the other side. You just comb down any extra hair. What I'm doing is I'm actually coming in, getting just clipping right around the hairline. Right inside there. And we're just gonna get all this excess hair out of there. And then we're gonna take the clipper to it, so we're gonna clean it up. So again, like we did the other side, pretty much the same thing. I like to chip from the bottom up and work my way up into there. All right, so there we go. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just using my little tiny clipper. And I'm going to clean that up a little bit in there and go back around the ear again. And just clean away any flyaways, any little hairs that are left around. And look at that, nice and neat now. Okay, so now we're going to go on the back here. We usually do both sides, and he has very curly hair. So as I mentioned in the video, everybody can tell what they think. If they think we should go ahead and texturize his hair a little more and take out some of that curl for him in the future. In the meantime, we took and put a texturizer on the very bottom of it just to give him some idea of what it would be like with that product in there. So I only did just that area. I actually controlled that pretty neatly. And now we're just going to clean off the back here. And there you go. So I'm going to finish them up and I'll be back. This is my finish. We took and cut them down as you saw in the video and left the top a little longer. We tapered the sides, we tapered the back, and we did add a little bit of product on the back there just to smooth down some of the curls. And if you notice, he has such curly hair that it did lay it down back there, but it's starting to curl up again anyway. So anyway, so this is our finish, and we put some gel on it, a little bit of oil to have things set in place, and hopefully he can do this tomorrow for himself. So thanks for watching from the House of Glamour. Bye.